let's take a look at some newly captured images of a juvenile Bigfoot, taken by a man named Jack during a camping and fishing trip in the woods. He snapped these photos at the Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness in northern Michigan, a place he often visited with his father. They cherished their time together, enjoying fishing and camping in nature. However, this particular trip would leave a lasting impression on them, and not for the best reasons. The photos gained attention in early September 2024. An analyst specializing in Bigfoot sightings commented, "We've seen many Bigfoot photographs, but this one is among the best we've encountered in some time." They noted that the creature's upright stance suggests it is not a bear, and that its shape appears more humanoid, as bears don't resemble this. Jack recounted that he and his father had just reached their campsite that day. While setting up, he went to collect firewood, during which he encountered the creature and quickly took pictures with his phone. Initially believing it to be a bear, he realized otherwise when it stood up. He described it as being about his height, as he is 6 feet tall, and noted its oddly human-like appearance. It emitted a high-pitched growl or grumbling sound that he couldn't identify, something he had never heard before. Jack mentioned that he made eye contact with the creature before it swiftly darted back into the forest. These 3 distinct photos are the only evidence supporting the authenticity of his experience. They are quite clear and of good quality, which is often lacking in many Bigfoot sightings and videos. This adds to the intrigue of his account, which is also quite compelling. Fortunately, Jack and his father emerged from this extraordinary encounter unharmed. While Bigfoot is generally believed to be mostly docile, they can be territorial and unpredictable, so it's wise to keep your distance if you ever spot one in the wild. The recordings made by Ron Moorhead in the Sierra Nevada mountains are indeed a significant part of the lore surrounding Bigfoot. Known as the Sierra Sounds, these audio recordings capture a series of strange vocalizations that many enthusiasts and researchers have interpreted as potential evidence of Bigfoot's existence.
There's 2 of them across the creek at the big rocks.
The sounds consist of a variety of deep guttural noises, including howls, screams, and what some describe as a form of chatter. Moorhead and others have suggested that these vocalizations could represent a form of communication among a possible Sasquatch population in the area. Over the years, the recordings have sparked substantial interest and debate within the cryptozoology community, with some arguing that the sounds are indeed from an unknown primate, while others remain skeptical and attribute them to known wildlife or hoaxes. While no definitive proof of Bigfoot has been established, the Sierra Sounds continue to intrigue researchers, enthusiasts, and those curious about the mysteries of the natural world. The recordings have been analyzed and discussed in various media, including documentaries and podcasts, contributing to the ongoing fascination with the elusive creature. In July 2015, independent researchers Teresa and Jeff Alec went to the area of northern Colorado. On the first day, Jeff knocked on a tree and received a response from the forest in the form of a stone knock. However, he was far away, so Jeff didn't pay much attention to him. But in the following days of the hike, he managed to take an intriguing photo that at first glance does not show anything unusual. But if we zoom in, we will see something amazing. It is claimed that this is the face of a snowman, peeking out from behind a tree. And I understand why people are so intrigued. There's definitely a hint of a face here. We can almost make out something like the brow arch, a darker area that could be a nose or muzzle, and even a hint of a mouth. But, and this is a big but, the image is incredibly blurry and low resolution. Canada is certainly a suitable place for Bigfoot sightings. There are numerous reports of sightings in the dense forests of British Columbia and other regions, but the location itself does not confirm the authenticity of the image. Many in the Bigfoot community believe that this may be real, as well as one of the clearest images of a Bigfoot. Others, however, are not completely convinced, arguing that the image looks too much like a human, or is a case of pareidolia, a psychological phenomenon where the mind perceives a familiar pattern of something that doesn't really exist. What do you think? Is this a picture of Bigfoot? Is this a hoax? The couple, excited to be outdoors with their dog, felt a mix of exhilaration and unease as they continued their hike. The serene landscape around them was suddenly interrupted by the appearance of the large, dark figure on the distant mountain.
Estoy viendo algo que se mueve por esta parte de ahí. Algo de color negro. Parece una persona, pero se mueve medio raro.
Initially dismissing it as a trick of the light, or perhaps a boulder, their curiosity was piqued when they realized the figure was moving. They pulled out their phone to capture the moment, recording the unclear footage that would soon ignite a flurry of online speculation. As the video spread across social media, viewers were divided. Some insisted it was merely another hiker, perhaps wearing dark clothing, while others suggested it was something far more enigmatic. If it were just a person, one commenter remarked, we should see more details, like clothing or colors. The ambiguity of the footage only added fuel to the fire of Bigfoot theories, with many noting the figure's unusual gait and the way it seemed to blend into the natural surroundings. This astonishing Bigfoot sighting was first captured in 2009, but it only gained attention again on January 9th, 2025. The video is titled "Deer Being Stalked by a Bigfoot." A man was hiking when he stumbled upon a long gravel path. Upon reaching the clearing, he noticed a group of deer standing there, captivated by the scene, and he began filming them. That's when a massive, unidentified figure made its presence known. It appears that this Bigfoot-like creature was stalking the deer, as the animals were clearly aware of its presence, turning their heads to follow its movements. The dark figure paused and stared down the path for about 5 or 6 seconds before walking away, leaving both the hiker and the deer bewildered. As it departed, the sheer size of the creature became apparent. It had a broad back, long arms, and seemed to be covered in dark fur. However, skeptics dispute these claims, suggesting that the alleged Bigfoot is merely a large person who happened to walk onto the path. They argue that when you pause and zoom in on the video, you can see the figure wearing a dark sweatshirt. Others, however, remain convinced that this is indeed a sasquatch, pointing to its distinctive walking style, swinging arms, and overall appearance. It's certainly a fascinating debate. What do you think? Is it just a person, or could it genuinely be a Bigfoot observing the deer and the hiker? Share your thoughts in the comments below. This brand new Bigfoot footage originates from Stark County, Ohio, though the exact location within the county remains unclear. Stark County is relatively small and features numerous wooded areas. One notable spot is Jackson Township, which is home to the Jackson State Bog Nature Preserve, a unique wetland habitat covering 58 acres. Another significant area is the Wilderness Center, a nonprofit nature center focused on conservation and education, managing around 650 acres in Stark County with a variety of habitats, including forests, prairies, streams, and ponds. Beyond these preserves, Stark County has various parks and green spaces, that offer forested areas for recreation and wildlife observation, making it possible for this encounter to have occurred in any of these locations. Now, onto the video.
What I'm recording right now sounds very similar to what I heard back in 1991 or 92.
The man was exploring the Ohio woods when he started hearing unusual, high-pitched whooping sounds. There are no known animals in Ohio that could produce this type of noise. Experts analyzed the audio from the video, filtering out background sounds to provide a clearer audio sample. Take a listen. It's certainly peculiar. While Sasquatch sightings tend to be more frequent in the densely wooded regions of southeastern and eastern Ohio, there have been reports from the northeastern part as well. Salt Fork State Park in Guernsey County is perhaps the most renowned site for Bigfoot activity in Ohio. This expansive park spans over 177,000 acres and is a popular destination for hikers and campers, many of whom have encountered strange noises, wood knocks, and even sightings of a large bipedal creature. Numerous intriguing videos have also surfaced from this area. Additionally, a haunting recording captured in Columbiana County, Ohio, in 1994 is one of the most well-known pieces of potential Bigfoot evidence. Wildlife sound and Bigfoot research experts have examined the audio, with some believing it resembles other reported Sasquatch vocalizations, while skeptics argue it could be an unidentified animal. This is quite similar to the sounds in the new video from Stark County. What do you think? Could there be Bigfoots lurking in Ohio's forests? Given the history in this recent video, it certainly seems plausible. In June 2008, while rafting on the Mackenzie River, tourists managed to film something strange. Let's take a look.
Stay centered for me, Matt. A little more right to the body. Your body. Good.
Looking at the left side of the frame, we can make out a humanoid creature. I definitely see the absence of a pronounced neck and creature. You can also make out hands on the frames, a suitable pose for Bigfoots. When I visited that area before, it was about the year 2014, and a lot of people I managed to talk to had met Bigfoots in that area or near the Mackenzie River in one way or another. The Dean and other indigenous peoples living in the Mackenzie River area have long talked about a large ape-like creature that roams the forests. These stories often describe a creature known as Naha, which is said to inhabit remote areas along the river. Such stories often emphasize the elusive nature of this creature and its connection to the spiritual world. Or is it just a case of the mind seeing something that isn't really there? A few months ago, Raven Love 11 was spending quality time with her family in their backyard in North Carolina when they encountered something truly bizarre, an event they can only describe as one of the most sinister experiences ever. They managed to capture it all on video, and here's what transpired.
I don't see anything.
What the heck? It's like there's something up there.
At the start of the video, it appears that something is hanging from a tree, moving from one side to the other. I also noticed there's no wind, though I could be mistaken. What do you think is happening here? In this intriguing trail cam image, we see what appears to be a tall, dark, humanoid figure standing amidst thick vegetation. The figure has a broad, muscular build covered in black, shaggy fur, with a profile that strongly resembles the descriptions of Bigfoot reported for decades. At first glance, the creature's posture and stance suggest intelligence and awareness. This isn't an animal on all fours, but something standing upright, surveying its surroundings. The proportions of the figure, particularly the long arms and the bulky upper body, align with classic Sasquatch reports. Its head appears to be slightly pointed, a feature often mentioned in eyewitness accounts. Could this be a person in a costume? That's always a possibility, but if so, it would have to be an exceptionally well-made suit. The natural blending of the fur with the environment and the lack of visible seams suggests something more than just a cheap hoax. Additionally, trail cams typically capture animals, not stage setups, so unless this was planted by someone looking for attention, the credibility of the shot remains high. Ultimately, while this photo is compelling, more evidence is needed to confirm its authenticity. A series of photos from different angles, footprints in the area, or even DNA evidence would be ideal to support the claim that this is indeed a genuine Bigfoot sighting. What do you think? Could this be the real Sasquatch? Let us know in the comments below. A man riding an ATV in Frog Lake, Alberta, Canada, shoots a big black Bigfoot on camera. In autumn, in Frog Lake Forest, Alberta, Canada, a local blogger recorded a snowman running across the road. Let's take a look. A man driving along his route saw a black figure in the bushes in the distance. Stopping, he recorded how a two-legged creature runs across the road. Taking a closer look, we can see its hairiness and the accuracy with which this creature moves with its feet. In the end, the creature managed to hide in the forest. I would like to see your opinion in the comments.